Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Joseph Carroll. I write under the pen name J.R. Carroll. And today we are going back to the Dresden Files. And we will be reviewing book number 2, Full Moon. Before we get into the review, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who have picked up my second novel, More Than a Gunslinger, as well to all of you new More Than Human readers who have picked up or downloaded More Than a Vampire over the last 5 days. I can't thank it enough, thank you enough. And, if you've picked it up, let me know what you think. Drop a comment, subscribe. We're still doing the giveaway at 200 subscribers, so we're making headway there as well. But let's get into the review. So we'll try to keep this spoiler free for a little bit. We start this off a few months after the incident of Stormfront, and we see Dresden at McAnally's having dinner or lunch with another up-and-coming wizard named Kim Delaney. And she is asking Dresden a bunch of questions about a circle. And she, drew it for him, and he's being apprehensive at first, but, she kind of, sweet talks him a little bit, and he gives her a little bit about it. And she keeps picking, and you can feel that this is all going to go south with whatever she's doing, because Dresden keeps telling her, this is not stuff to be messing with. You're not strong enough to do whatever this intricate circle is meant to do. And of course, you're getting the vibes right offhand that she's going to go ahead and do it anyway. And we see that Dresden, hasn't had much contact with Murphy over the last couple months, and their relationship has been a little strained, more or less because of what Marcone did at the end of book 1, where he kind of told everyone, oh yeah, Dresden took the guy out for me. So now Dresden's kind of floating in this area of, well, does he work for Marcone? Does he not? But there is Murphy finally brings him in on this, gruesome murder of one of Johnny Marcone's men. And his eyes have been tore out, and his face has been smashed. And Dresden picks up on some clues, and he's convinced that some form of werewolf is running around Chicago. So of course, he goes to his best source for advice, Bob. And Bob gives him the lowdown on all the different types of werewolves, Hexenwolf, Loup-Garou, all the different types of werewolves. And the one thing I will say for this mystery of the whodunit, we're still kind of in that phase with Dresden, and it is a lot more intricate than the first book. There's a lot of different moving parts. The book is a little bit longer, still not a long book by fantasy standards, but a decent bit longer than book 1. So it gives Jim Butcher time to kind of build these things out. And we're still in this phase of Murphy's wanting to arrest Dresden, and she trusts him, but she doesn't trust him. She likes him, but thinks that maybe he's doing wrong, out there. So we're still kind of in that, which is, as a lot of reviewers have said, that's kind of the annoying part of the first few books. It's like, you know, you trust him, you don't trust him. Why are you always beating Dresden up? Um, and this is really, I mean, through most books, Dresden kind of gets beat up and run down. But in this book, you really get to see, Dresden get, beat into the ground. Um, but that's what I love about Dresden. I love the fact that he's not a Mary Sue. He has to, Jim has a way of writing where he just shows you that Dresden really has to scrape and fight to get everything he, has and get as far as he can. The way Jim describes wolves and, especially the Loop Guru, there's a scene in this book, that is a borderline horror, section. Kind of, I always kind of tell people, like, no one would really say that Dresden's like a horror novels, but this is, to me, feels like is as close as it gets. I mean, there are some really horrific scenes in this book. So now I'm going to kind of go into a little bit more of a spoilery and what I thought about certain aspects. So if you haven't read the book, maybe you want to bounce out here now. So here we go. We learn, Dresden learns that a man named McFinn is cursed as the Loop Guru, which is this, more prototypical werewolf, humanoid type werewolf, whereas Hexenwolves and werewolves are just, they look like regular wolf, creatures. But this thing, to me, is one of my favorite. I mean, we're only book 2, and there's been 17 books plus side stories, probably close to 20 books worth of material. And the Loop Guru is still one of my favorite, monster-like characters. I mean, it's just just a killing machine. Very few things hurt it. One of the, stuck in my head as I'm rereading this, I'm going back through and listening and all this. I was waiting for the prison scene, or the police station scene, where Harry just throws everything he can at the Loop Guru with a giant blast of, I don't know if it's supposed to be like, fire or just pure energy, and smashes the thing all the way through the building, through the next building, and out into, the night. It's one of the best scenes ever. And then you have like street wolves, which are kind of like Norse berserker type people, that are just humanoids with wolf instincts, and they're super tough. And the scene where they beat Harry down, it's one of those scenes where you're just like, oh, it just kind of hurts you, especially upon rereads. Once you really get to know Dresden, and you come back and you see that happen to him, you're just like, oh, it's so you feel so bad for him. But Jim throws all kinds of different werewolves and different angles of who's the main bad guy, who's backstabbing who, and you get to see Marcone pull out a lot of tricks here, which Marcone's always one of my favorite characters, bad guys or otherwise, throughout the series. but you know, Jim really knows how to kind of end his books, and having Dresden kind of use his inherited silver, his mother's amulet, to, you know, smash the Luke Guru, is, you know, just one of those scenes that always stays in your head. But you know, we get some great characters introduced here, like the Alphas. The Alphas are introduced, and they are still going in, you know, in through book 17. So, and you know, I think Kim Delaney's death, um, you know, kind of shaped Dresden from here on out, and now he tries to clue in people more throughout the series than he, you know, these first two books, he's trying to keep everyone, you know, away from all the information, because he thinks he can, you know, that will save them. But I think this is a big turning point for Dresden. Um, and so I think that's, you know, that's going to be the end. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. I'm going to go right into Grave Peril, so hopefully I'll have that up sometime this week. But if you enjoy this, if you are into the Dresden Files, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.